Welcome back to the Elite Circle podcast. Today, I'm going to be talking about something that I actually heard from another podcast from Alex Hormozi. If you don't follow him or you haven't heard from him, he is someone that I really look up to for business, and Layla, his wife, even more so in terms of leadership. And he came up with this one idea that I use a lot with our clients. I've done community calls on it as well, and I'm really excited to share it with you today. And it is called, well, it's not called anything, but what I've called it is marrying versus dating your goals. And what does that look like? So Alex talked about this in one of his podcasts, and I would link it, but I don't even remember which one it was. He was talking about when he was dating Layla, and or before he started dating Layla. So he was like, being married was so much easier than dating because he said when he was dating, he was always focused on dating. It was always like the distraction of trying to meet the perfect woman and making sure that she was in alignment with like his goals and his lifestyle and all that stuff. And then when he got married, it became a lot easier because he wasn't dating anymore. He didn't have to woo anybody. He didn't have to impress anybody. He didn't have to worry about where he was taking her out for dinner and what clothes he was going to wear. It was like he had it, like, for lack of a better word, locked in, and he could go back to his focus. So it was easier for him to reach his goal at the time. And I thought that this was brilliant in terms of relating it to our clients who really struggle with making changes during perimenopause and menopause. Why is it so challenging to make changes during the state of time, this frame of time, which could be up to 10 years in perimenopause, is that so much is already changing. In perimenopause, it is kind of like going through puberty again, in that you have no idea what's coming up. When you go through puberty, you know what's coming. You're gonna develop breasts, you're gonna start bleeding, you're gonna get hair under your armpits, you're gonna start to have acne. Like, you understand what's happening because someone's holding your hand through it. But in perimenopause, you have no fucking idea what's coming next. You're like, I'm having a hot flash. I hate this person I'm talking to. I'm crying for no reason. I can't sleep at night. I have weird joint pain and my ears are itchy, right? It's like nothing makes sense anymore. So of course, making changes to your physique, losing weight, building muscle, improving your mobility, making lifestyle changes is going to feel a lot hard when you have no fucking idea what's happening to your body. That's why I'm here. And of course, that's what we do in our program as well, in our community, which you can always join for free. We have a free Facebook group as well. I digress. So when it comes to marrying or dating your goal, so many women that I speak to are dating their goal. So let's just use weight loss because I think that's going to be the best goal that most people are working on at any given time, especially women in the 40 to 60 age range. We're always trying to kind of like undo what our lifestyle was doing, right? So a lot of women I'm speaking to are just dating their goals. For example, they're like, I'm trying to lose weight. I'm trying to get healthy. I know exactly what to do. Nothing seems to be working. And I'm like, okay, tell me about your week. Well, I started off really strong. I went to the gym. I was eating all my great foods. I'm like, cool. Tell me about the rest of the week. Well, then I went out with my friends. Everyone was drinking. It was tacos and tequila. I couldn't say no. I'm like, all right, then what happened? Well, then I was really tired. I didn't feel like going to the gym. And then I was like getting a sore throat. And then I was just like, oh, fuck it, forget it. I'll start again on Monday. And I'm like, oh, okay. So you were dating. You weren't really like locked in yet to the commitment of marriage when it came to this goal. And they're like, what the fuck are you talking about? And so the way that I like to describe it is you're dating your goal. You're not really committed to marriage here. So when I look at, for example, my business, I am married to my business. Now I run, I don't want to say a big business, but certainly a bigger business than I ever expected. When I first started the business in 2020, it was just me. I was coaching clients myself. I was working literally 24/7. I think the only time that I wasn't working was when I was sleeping. It was from first thing in the morning. I worked all night. I worked all weekend. Granted, it was COVID, so the kids were home. It was a little bit easier, but I was married to my business, and I'm still married to my business. And now I've got a team of 8. I've got 4 coaches that our team helps, and we've got a sales team that can help reach out to more women. Like, we are a full force of a company right now, and I am the lead of that company. And so what would it show me as a leader if I dated my business, right? Imagine if my team needed me and I was like, yeah, well, I'm going out for dinner with my friends, so, sorry, I can't help you. Or like, I've got a little tickle in my throat today. I'm just going to rest all day. No, I am married to my goal. My team knows if they need me 24/7, they have my direct number. They text me, they call me SOS, and I will respond. Why? Because it is my business. And I make sure that everyone on the team knows that. I don't want anyone else on my team losing sleep. That is my job. I lose sleep. It's my business. So I am 100% married to my job. That means all the good, all the bad. It's what I'm here for. I'm also married to my husband. I'm also married to being a mom. I'm also married to my goals in my own body, in my own journey. But guess what? Like, how many things can I be married to, or how many things might I have to date? So, for example, when it comes to friendships, I have more of like a dating my friends. I'm not married to my friends. I can't be everything to everyone. So for me, the social stuff is what tends to slide. I don't talk to my friends that often. I don't hang out with friends that often because I'm married to my business. I'm married to my husband. I'm married to being a mom. So those are my priorities right now in this cycle or season of life. And I'm really happy. I'm really satisfied. So I'm okay with that right now. So if you are okay with being or dating an area of your life, that's okay. But what I see happening is a lot of women come to me frustrated as fuck that nothing is working, and yet they're not committed to their goal. They're dating their goal, they're not married. So, what would being married to your goal look like? Let's say you're trying to lose 20 pounds, you're trying to get healthy, you really want to implement change, you're so tired of looking in the mirror and seeing a different version of yourself. You don't like what you see. You hide behind your kids in pictures. You walk past a storefront or a mirror and you think, who the fuck is this? How did this happen? Maybe you have a lot of shame and guilt for letting yourself get to, quote, where you are today. Maybe, like most of the women I work with, you are heavier now than you've ever been, including when you are pregnant. All right. If that's not reason enough to marry a goal to get healthy and to get in better shape and take care of yourself, I don't know what is. So you wake up in the morning and you feel that you're married to this goal, except you show up like you're dating. You go out for tacos and tequila. You surround yourself with people who aren't married to their goals. And so you go out with friends that are like, oh, come on, Elise, it's okay. It's just one tequila. It's just 5 tacos. What's the big deal? You had a hard week. You did all the things. Like, don't worry about it. And then you're like, okay, that, my girl, is dating. That is not being married. Being married would be saying, sorry, I'm not coming out tonight, or I'm not having tequila, or hey, why don't you come over to my house and I've made us dinner, or I'm going to start hanging out with other friends who have the same goals as me, or I'm going to get up in the morning no matter what time I go to bed because I've committed to going to the gym. And let me just also say that being married isn't fucking sexy. I'm going to say that again. Being married isn't very fucking sexy, right? Like, dating is more sexy. It's more fun. It's thrilling. It's like, ooh, what should I wear today? And you have the butterflies in your stomach. You don't have that when you're married. You do what we call the boring middle every single day. So you get up in the morning, maybe your spouse makes you a cup of coffee and you kiss them good morning and you read the paper. I don't know if anyone reads paper anymore, but you read something in the morning and then you kiss each other goodbye. You go about your day. You come home. You see how your day was. Maybe you go on date nights once or twice a week. Like, that is what marriage looks like, right? You talk about your dreams. You parent together. You go on trips together. You ignore each other for a while. Maybe you go on separate vacations from time to time. Whatever it is, it's not as sexy as when you're first dating. And guess what? Weight loss is the exact same way. When you first start, everybody's fucking excited. You're like, yes, new diet, new program. I'm going to do this. And then it gets really boring. And then you take off. Why? Because you're dating. And you're serial dating your goal, and that's why you're not successful. So what do? You need to make sure that you want to be married to this goal. Just like you're married to your spouse, you got to make sure that whatever goal you pick, you got to be married to it. So if a woman comes to me and they're like, I want to lose 20 pounds in a month, I'm like, girl, you better fucking double down and get married right now. Like, you got to elope, because that's a lot of work and that's a lot of energy. And I don't really know if you have the commitment for that, right? You got to be really serious. And I know when I'm on a call with a woman who's interested in our program, one of the very first questions I ask you is like, are you ready to commit today? Where's your commitment? Most women will be like, well, I don't know. I just, like, I think so. Once I hear the price, gotta talk to my husband. I'm not really sure. And I'm like, fuck that. That is dating mentality. If you're not ready to get married to me, to this program, then you're not ready for any change. In order to do that, you've got to commit, get married, pop the question, get down on one knee and commit, and then double down. What in your life do you have to change? What in your life becomes more dating so that you can stay married to this goal. Maybe you need to really commit to it by getting rid of all the shit in your house that you keep holding on to for emergency episodes of, I want to eat my feelings, and so I keep a bag of chips way high up in the pantry. Hands up if you do that. All right, maybe it means I'm not going out for dinner for the next month because every time I go out for dinner, I end up overeating and I don't like the way I feel. And so I'm going to just, I'm going to reset a little bit. I'm going all in. The goal of any goal, the real goal is to stay in the game. It's not to start it. So it's not necessarily like, hey, I want to lose 20 pounds. I want to get in shape. It's, I want to stay in shape. I want to keep the weight off. I want to keep going. And the only way you're going to do that is by being married to it every single day. So for me, I wake up early in the morning because I'm a morning person. Like it's not magic. I mean, I've always been a morning person, not necessarily a 5 a.m. person, but I am now, which means I'm a 9 p.m. goodnight kind of person too, which is definitely harder on the weekends. But hey, that's what I'm married to. I've made that commitment and I'm happy with that. That's what gets me my results. It makes me feel good. I wake up in the morning just after 5. I practice meditation. I practice some gratitude. I do a little bit of research. I'm obsessed with doing research articles. That's just the way my brain works. My creativity definitely flows first thing in the morning. I do a workout. I love getting into my body first thing. I don't like holding it off for the rest of the day. And then I get right into work mode. And then once I'm in work mode, I stay into work mode until I'm literally pulled out of it by being in kid mode, all right, or mom mode, I should say. And that's my day. And I do that every single day. And it can be really boring. It's very, it's very scheduled, but it's strategic for me in that I know what I need to do in the boring middle to keep going. This is me being married to my goal. Hey, guess what? When Albert and I are on vacation, we're both business owners. And so we keep our phones on. Now, that's not to say that we don't have, flexibility and stuff. But like as a business owner, like I said at the beginning of this episode, I'm married to my business. So even if I'm on vacation, if one of my teammates needs me, I'm going to be there for them. Now, on vacation, I might not be as quick to respond. I'm certainly not available to our clients, but I am available to my team if they need me. If there is a crisis, it's just like being in mom mode. Chances are, if you're a mom, you're married to being a mom. So if you're out with your friends and your kid calls that they are stranded somewhere, you're going to leave and pick them up. Or, you're working and all of a sudden you get a call from school that your kid has a fever, you're going to stop everything and you're going to go. And I remember when I was applying for jobs when Owen was little, and Owen has type 1 diabetes. He was diagnosed when he was 2. I would have to start every story with like, yes, I can do this. However, my son is like number 1. So if his blood sugars are not where they need to be, I will have to respond. At the time, I was the primary for him. So, for example, I taught spinning. I taught at a college, and anytime I would teach, I would still have to kind of like look at my watch to see Owen's blood sugar. I manage his blood sugar. I can look at him on my Apple Watch. So I was always kind of monitoring that. So I was like, hey, I am here right now teaching a spin class, teaching a class at the college, teaching physiology or anatomy. But if I see a low blood sugar, I'm stopping everything I'm doing and making sure my kid has a treatment because it is life or death. I'm married to that responsibility of managing my kid 24/7, no matter what. It is crystal clear. So why wouldn't you have that same feeling and analogy of being married to your goal? So wherever you are today, I really hope that this episode lands and it helps. If it does, please leave me a review. Let me know what your takeaway is. It will really help me in terms of knowing what content to keep creating for you. You can learn more about me and how we help women in perimenopause and menopause either on Instagram or Facebook at Functionally Fit with Elise. You can also check out my website, functionallyfitwithelise.com. I got lots and lots of freebies on there for you, so you can grab them and start learning more about this amazing phase of life. And if you want to see a more visual side of me, you can also catch me on my YouTube channel for this full episode and watch along as you listen. And of course, I'd love to hear what you think. So shoot me a DM, shoot me an email, and tell me how this lands for you. I will catch you on the next episode.